Hello, my name is Allee Major, and I'm here today to talk to you about a new product that I'm making. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests, and fellow creatives, today I stand before you with a vision to revolutionize the entertainment industry and redefine the very essence of talent and creativity. Welcome to the Innovative Nexus, where we dare to challenge the status quo, where we celebrate the unconventional, and where we champion the unprecedented voices in music and film. In a world dominated by Hollywood industry standards, where age, appearance, and conformity dictate the narrative, we refuse to be bound by these limitations. We believe that true talent shows no boundaries, no constraints, and no prejudices. At the Innovative Nexus, we are on a mission to unearth the raw, unfiltered talent that lies beyond the mainstream norms, wanting to be discovered and celebrated. Our platform is a sanctuary for the mavericks, the trailblazers, and the rule breakers in the world of entertainment. It is a stage where artists and filmmakers can defy conventions, push boundaries, and unleash their creativities without fear of judgment or rejection. Here, diversity is not just a buzzword, it is the very foundation which we build our creative community. As we embark on this journey together, I invite you to join us in this groundbreaking venture, where innovation meets inspiration, and where the unconventional becomes the new standard of excellence. Together, let us create a nexus of creativity, a hub of originality, and a beacon of hope for all those who dare to dream beyond the confines of the ordinary. Thank you for being a part of this momentous occasion. Together, let us prove and pave the way for a new era in entertainment, one where talent reigns supreme and creativity knows no bounds. Welcome to the Innovative Nexus. Welcome to a world where true talent shines bright. Thank you. I am Allee Major. I own a company called Seven Sun Entertainment, and I am steadily trying to change the world. And as you see, I have a show called The Gag-Order, and I invite you to watch, to like, subscribe, and share. I'm doing my thing, and we working together to change this industry. You have a wonderful time and enjoy the show. Good evening. First, I would like to take a second and pay my respects to those who came before me, who tried to change the world. Me myself, I'm on a travel to change this world that we have, and it's a beautiful world. I love everything about this, and I think it's so special to be in it. But I think we as a people need to come together and understand each other. And before I get into tonight's show, I said I want to pay respects. I want to pay respects to my co-host. Jinx is in the hospital right now, and I'm sending her a get well, much love, and I miss the shit out you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Get well soon. Fuck that. Let's get into the show. Yeah. Yes. Peace. How you doing, my brother?
What up, world?
All right.
What up? Hey, yo. Big shout out to Jinx, man. Yo, I heard. So, you already know. Salute. Come on
Absolutely.
back. We got you.
Absolutely.
Hold you down,
Absolutely.
Jimmy.
Tat,
What up, world?
I want to start
What up?
tonight and let you go ahead and introduce yourself and where they can find you at.
Well, world, it's your boy, man. It's Tat Man T. I'm everywhere. They never there, as usual. You can find me on all the social media platforms or what have you, wherever you do your streaming or your social media and all that good stuff. At TATT.MAN.T. Up and coming artist out of Northeast Florida. Yeah, that's me, man. Welcome to the Gag-Order.
Okay. My name is Allee Major, for those who don't know, and I am not only a creator of video, audio. I create shows. I do a bunch of scripts. I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a music artist. Hey, listen, we trying to do a bunch of things over here, and you know what it is, man. We keeping it together. So Tat, tonight's show, I had it planned that we were going to talk about respect, bigotry, and dignity. Those words, huh? What'd you say?
I said facts. Go ahead.
All right, those words actually have a lot of meaning to them, and I wanted to dig into them. Is you okay with that?
Yeah, I like controversy. Let's do it.
You don't seem like you don't seem like your upbeat joke telling self today. So I'm a brace for impact. Um, okay. I want to know what part does dignity play in your life.
For me, dignity play a big part in my life. I got I got children. I now have grandchildren. So being a dignified person or human being is definitely something that it has to be important in my life. If I am to be any type of role model to those humans that are my seeds, you know what I'm saying? So I try to carry myself in a certain way, but I'm from the era where, they say it's a time and a place for everything. So when it's time to be a dignified gentleman, I'm that. When it's time to get ratchet, I'm that.
You are.
um, when Hey, listen, I own my shit. Yeah, I know who I am. So, you know what I'm saying? But no, dignity definitely plays a major part in my life. Just off those cornerstones right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love my kids, I love my grandkids, and I want them to be better than I ever was. So can't do
Okay.
that without being dignified.
Absolutely. I think on my end that I take dignity a lot serious now. I take it more serious now. Before I didn't really even give it a thought. I held myself. I did, but I didn't want to teach or have myself represent for others. I didn't want nobody to learn off of me because I wasn't doing right. Um
And I kept telling you, yo, you're a role model, whether you want to be one or not. Somebody looking up to you, nigga.
yeah,
Somebody looking up to you.
well, like I said, I have no
I was one of them
biological. I
somebody.
have no biological, so what do you expect me to do?
Still be that dude.
I
It
get it.
means
I
like
get it,
I've
but
been
I have
telling you that
nothing.
our whole lives, like for real, nigga. Like especially since you came home, nigga. Like especially since you came home.
Since I
Since you
came
been
home, it's a
home,
new wave,
I've
man.
been
It's a,
like,
it's a
yo,
whole new title. It's a whole new title. Now I want
that,
to. Now I want to inspire people. Now I want to make people greater. That's the reason why I'm creating these shows and doing these things because I'm trying to at least plant a seed somewhere. You know, at least if a seed is planted and I get them to start thinking, then I've done my job. Where they take it
I
after
mean,
that is on them.
Tupac said before he passed, R.I.P. It's as a matter of fact, in Resurrection on that soundtrack, on the very first song, you know what I'm saying, when he was like, expect me, I'm coming back. But he said that a long time ago. He wanted to at least plant the seed that'll spark the mind that'll, like you said, change the world.
That's the only thing I
Um,
want.
Side note, like so I was at my PO meeting last week, and um, I got mad respect for my PO because outside of all that legal stuff, he's a really good person. But long story short, you just said something that made me think about our conversation. We was talking, and I had a lot on my mind. I was drawing, sitting there waiting or whatever, but I was telling him about how my past couple of weeks had been. But he had told me about him studying deserts overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within his studies, he came across um, this tree that's not native to the desert. So it said that this tree is planted by people who've traveled through the desert. But the thing about this tree is this. He said that it's planted, but it takes 80 years to mature. So the tree is a tree that's planted for something you'll never see. A tree that's planted for your great grands and your grands and things like that. So that goes into to me that ties into sparking the mind. Like you might be planting the seed right now that somebody will pay attention to, and you might not even see the fruit of that, but it's because of you that what I'm saying it gets bigger. If that makes any sense, you feel me?
I get it. You mean to say that I may not see the growth of the seed, but that's not why I did
Right,
it in the first place. It's not to see the growth of the
right,
seed. It's to start the seed. You can't ask a
right.
creator to you can't ask a creator to want to see his finished product. He wants to see it, but all the time, especially when you're dealing with personalities, people, and culture, it's hard
Yeah.
to combat those purposes. That's why I send a shout out to all the trailblazers, man, the people who's doing things that are against norms, the people going against the wind or the tide. They're the ones with the hardest fight.
Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Right, trailblazers. You know what I'm saying? I feel that, and and you're right. Shit, I remember how this podcast thing all came together. We was talking about that. That's
Hmm.
a whole nother show though. But look where we at now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Almost a year later. So
Absolutely. Yo, we
so
got on the 27th of this month, we got our 1 year anniversary, man. We about to do it up for the show.
big
Absolutely.
big up, bro. Big ups,
Absolutely. I'm
like
gonna bring out
real
old clips. I'm gonna bring out old clips and everything. All the jokes, everything. We doing it.
all that. Definitely, man. Definitely, yeah, man. So yeah, man. Dignity, man. I mean, the Google dictionary definition from Oxford, it says the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect,
Mhm.
a man of dignity and unbending principle.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, time and place for everything. But in my life, going back to your question, yeah, that's been important to me silently for as long as I can remember.
Understand.
Time and the place for everything. So
Understand. I
yeah,
respect that. I respect that. It took me a little while to get on that. But since you brought up respect, I want to know, do you believe that dignity and respect intersect in shaping the individual's identity and influencing social interactions?
yes.
I agree too.
Wholeheartedly. I mean, that question deserves a simple yes. I definitely believe that.
Absolutely.
Um, honor, respect, things like that. These are cornerstone words. You know what I'm saying? So to have that respect, I mean, to respect is due a dog, is what they used to say, right? So that means that everybody is due their just deserves of respect. Of course, if you believe in other theories and stuff, you get back with whatever you put out. So to become a dignified human or person, you have to have some type of respect somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like they have to intersect. Like I mean, thinking off the top of my head right now, I would go so far as to say that respect is what leads a person to being, to having dignity. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be because you can have certain morals certain morals and certain things about your character that the way you move is the way you move. So you have the dignity, which in turn brings the respect. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
that's self dignity. But the dignity that I want is outward dignity. I don't want to tell people that I'm a dignified human being. I want people to tell me that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Actions speak louder than words. Yeah, you can
big
you can say it all day. You can have it tattooed on you.
preach,
You can do all of that right there. But shit don't
preach.
matter if you don't live it. Shit does not
Oh
matter if
man,
you. I done seen it
yeah,
before.
I tell people, hey man, talk is cheap, boy. Listen, talk so cheap they sell it half price at the dollar store. Like for
Absolutely.
real, like.
So which one do you think takes precedence? Which one do you think takes precedence? Respect or dignity?
I knew that question was coming next. My inner Shana Na told me that was gonna be the next question. So respect or dignity? Which one takes precedence? Hmm. I mean, they both broad categories because there's respect, but then there's self-respect. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
mm,
Um, mm. I mean, I guess to me personally, I knew more about respect than I did dignity growing up because of where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? My parents, my mother, you know what I'm saying, she ain't played the goddamn radio.
My
You know
mother
what I'm saying?
demanded respect too.
That 5 foot nothing little person right there, the
Yo,
only
your
person.
mother more gangster than mine. My mom will
Well,
beat the
listen,
crap out of you and then act like she's going to cook some pancakes. Your mama.
my mama would beat the hell out of me in public on the goddamn fly.
Oh
Like
no, I
you
did. I
said,
got
what?
that too. I got that too. But she didn't want
I'm
to do it
talking
like
about
that.
driving down the road, catching the right hook real quick. Boy, boy, listen, I just thought about what I was pissed off about you at. Boy, you thought you was gonna get away with that? Nah, my mama demand. But listen, my mama taught me you gotta respect your elders. She beat that in my head. And then what's up, Carlos? My man.
What's
So
happening?
from
Blessings,
there,
blessings.
my aunties, you know what I'm saying? Because I said I had a lot of aunties. I had a couple uncles, but I tell y'all every show I was raised by women. You know what I'm saying? And these
Mm-hmm.
women ain't played the radio. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like respect is what I knew more about before I knew what dignity even was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I think for coming from where I'm from and the way my upbringing was, I probably would say, and this is just off the top of my head, I probably would say respect probably held, if not still holds precedence over dignity to me because like I said, I feel respect leads to a dignified human being.
Mm, absolutely. Carlos, how you doing, my brother? How you
Blessings,
doing?
blessings. How you feeling?
Blessings. You know what time it is. Hey, I have I'm gonna catch you up to speed. I'm only two questions in. The first question was about dignity, and the role that it plays in people's lives. And then I came back and said, what do dignity and respect? Tonight's show is about dignity, respect, and bigotry. I said, what roles does dignity and respect have inside a person's? Let me get it. Let me get it. Have inside individual's identity and influencing social interactions. How do you believe dignity and respect intersect in shaping the individual's identity and influencing social interactions? So, can I get you to answer that right quick?
Hmm. Most men, they love respect.
Mm-hmm.
Respect is something that we are. I think it's like just is in us to want respect. Now, dignity is something that, being that the word says dig, it's something that comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
It is a moral or principle. It's matter of fact, what is the definition of dignity?
I got you
There
right
you
there,
go.
my brother.
There you
It
go.
says the definition of dignity is the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect.
So respect is even part of
Mm-hmm. It is.
dignity.
That
Yes.
So,
now the second definition says a composed or serious manner or style.
all right. So, going back to my second thing, moral principle, something that you hold dear to. It's what gives you value. Now, technically, for especially for me, and they kind of run one and the same. I'm gonna bring value to who I am, which is gonna gain respect for who I am, and people around me will respect me. We have lived off most of these principles all of our lives, especially the black drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Or I ain't even gonna say the black drug dealers, period. Look at when you think
That
about the mob or anything, they held a dignity to them, or they
Mm-hmm.
started off with a value, and everybody else respected who they were.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it's pretty much the same.
hmm
Uh, I guess you could say they, like I said, they run one and the same, going with the first
Very well.
definition. So it's just part of life.
Very well. I
And
think
I would say maybe as a human being too, women, I don't know. I can't speak for a woman. So,
I
you
mean,
know what I
women
mean?
fought for respect for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this country, they fought for respect. They still a lot of cases they still are. You
No,
know,
that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I said I can't speak for them because I'm looking at dignity at all.
yeah.
Women are
The
So
dignity
dignified.
part.
Women are dignified in their own right.
Yeah,
They
but
are dignified in their own right.
in their own right. But
Yes.
today's today is a little different than yesterday's. And I just touch it subject. Hey, it is what it is.
Let's go. Let's go. I
Look,
laugh because I'm like, he put a stinger
it's
in there.
funny.
Let's go.
Like,
today
okay, so
today the women don't have the dignity that the older women had. Look at the
Okay.
clothing.
Okay. Okay.
So
I give you
that that kind of shuts down the value of how I see it when it comes to women because guess what? If your clothing is and I understand my body, my choice, but most men don't want no woman who's gonna show all their body.
Mm,
I
mm,
mean, personally, I know I don't.
hmm
so
That
that
also
that
might be the reason why I ain't got no woman.
I get it.
I
I
also
I, I
look.
I I I get it.
I also look at
listen.
it from the standpoint of when it come to hair.
That's what I'm
Right
trying
now,
to
I
get
don't even
away
know
from.
what woman got hair. Look, I'm cool with a bald head woman if you got the dignity
If
and
it's
to rock it.
natural, right? If it's
Yes,
natural,
because
Okay,
all I see is
I
wigs,
go
so I
with
don't
the
even know what to
science of
do.
one of us got to have hair. So either you gonna grow your hair or I'm gonna grow mine, and I need mine
No,
braided
we
every
both
week.
can have hair if you got hair, but the wigs are kind of like fucking me
Nah,
up.
nah, nah.
No, because
so
I
listen,
don't
check
know.
it out. So my sister, my sister, big up to my sister. She said something in the chat. She said, "I think a person had to first have self-respect in order to carry themselves with dignity." And the third definition of this word dignity says a sense of pride in
Mm-hmm.
oneself,
Mm,
self-respect,
yes.
which goes back to when you asked me about, dignity intersecting with respect. I was
Mhm.
like, that's broad because there's also self-respect. And I agree wholeheartedly with what my sister said. And I agree wholeheartedly with what my brother Carlos said too, because I'm like you, bro. I like natural women. I don't like all that extra makeup and like how you want a real man and you got all this shit you thought you could make God's creation better with. Come on now, you can't do better than God.
I
Okay.
That's
promise you.
my
Look,
opinion.
and look, it's our opinion because I'm with you. Now, it's like I said, it's a sticky subject,
It is
It
and
a sticky
is.
I
subject, especially
I
with the
heard a
with the
woman.
yeah, especially with
No, I
women's
heard a woman
rights.
say this recently. She was on Instagram. She was like, "Yo," she was like, she just realized that with all the makeup, every time she wear a bunch of makeup, is a bunch of women that actually be chasing her. But the men been telling her all her life, look, you're beautiful who you are.
Hmm.
So she was like, yo, when she don't wear makeup, men compliment her and the women don't. So she realized, she said to herself that she don't have to do all this to get men.
That's right. They can make
And it
sweatpants
was
and
I've been
mind
panties.
blowing
telling
because
women that for
Yeah,
years.
they don't believe
we
it though.
always do this, but they're not listening to us because guess what? They're doing it off based off of what they're doing for other women. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? This is what women do. They make themselves up. They think that we like it, but it ain't us who liking it. It's them who liking this. We've been
Yep.
telling them, look, you're pretty, you're beautiful. Look, yo, look, regular to me, especially these days, regular is damn near the 10. When you ain't putting all this stuff on your face. But that's to me. You know what I mean? Don't get me
I
wrong.
agree.
Every now and then,
I
look,
agree.
tighten up. I mean, doing what you do is cool, but you can give me a chick that's just pretty by itself without the makeup. She can fix herself up and still be way better.
Okay, I get it.
She
I
don't look
get
like
it.
she came out the casket.
I get it. Okay.
Ask it,
We gonna
y'all.
branch this. We gonna branch this situation and get back on task. I want to
Yes.
know. Um, I want to know with respects. How can it be misused?
Mm. With
Wait a
respect.
minute.
Yeah, with respect. How can it be misused? I don't. What you mean? Wait a minute, Tat.
Are you are you asking how can
Yes, I'm asking
respect be
for an
misused?
example.
Or how
Yes,
can
I'm
dignity?
asking for an example of how respect can be misused. Some people have a false level of respect, and I'm about to get into that right there. They have a
Well,
false understanding of
there it
respect,
is.
and everything is disrespectful to them. What?
There it is. You just said it. A false sense of respect
Yeah,
is
I
how
didn't
it can
want to
be
say it.
used.
I didn't want to say it. I wanted you guys to come with it, but you
Well, no,
kind of
I
said
was finna,
what?
I was finna, because you said it. I was already about to go there, but
Okay.
that's how it can be misused because a person, a person can, again, going back to what I said about dignity. I don't want to be telling people I'm a dignified person. I want people to tell me I'm a dignified person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to carry myself with the proper respect that makes people see that this is a dignified gentleman. You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're
So
saying.
so that goes all the way back to the root, self-respect. You understand? Like in my opinion, like my respect of self and how I carry myself will allow me to be looked at as a dignified person. Now, how that can be flip-flopped and misused is, you know, I could put that mask on and go outside and be fake with the respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? But real recognize real. Like I see through fake shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfucking false flaggers out there that act like they got certain respects that don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, that's one way that shit can be misused because, bro, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? It don't even take that much to do what you're trying to do or what you think you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of people got a veil over their hearts and can't nobody lift it but the creator himself. So
Okay,
you gotta let people in time.
I'm about to spark something right here because I want to I want to show that respect can be overlooked and can become bigotry. See, that's why bigotry is the third word. See,
Right.
a person can over evaluate. Um, I want to use the right word. They can over accentuate the word respect, and they can value themselves on a higher level than actually being equal with people. And that right there can turn
Right.
into bigotry if you can understand what I mean by that.
Right. Synonyms, prejudice,
So
bias, partiality.
absolutely. Can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get you guys to add on to what I just spoke about how respect can be misled and the person can then be a bigot.
You
Cops.
basically,
Hold on.
when you
There you go.
allow yourself to get higher, kind of to your point, you start looking down upon people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You start
Right.
looking at them like, this person ain't got this, so I'm not. I done now separated myself from humanity
Yes.
or
Put their
from
nose up.
anything that's not of where I'm at. If you're not on this frequency, I'm not even dealing with you.
Mm.
Matter of fact, great example. My nephew, he works at NBC, so it was this guy that he used to kind of like work with. My nephew just hit on TikTok. He just hit 1 million views on one video.
Mm-hmm.
So the the newscaster that he was up under, he ended up showing it to him, and the newscaster said, "Hey, do I follow you?" And he was like, "Nah, you I guess I wasn't big enough." So this is the bigotry that my
Absolutely.
man that the newscaster had,
Mm-hmm.
looking down upon anybody who's not on his level
That's right. Who
in
don't got
his
the yeah,
mind,
that's right.
that this is, look, if you're not here, I can't follow you. But because of this 1 million views that my nephew done
Oh,
popped,
now they want to watch it. Now they want to look at you because now
now,
you're there.
hey, do I follow you? Now, after my
That's
nephew
wrong.
hit him with the joint and told him, look, nah, I guess I wasn't, well, he was already about to follow him probably because of the
Mm-hmm.
1 million views.
Mm-hmm.
But that sparked something in his mind to say, hey, I probably ought to be watching you. Instead of,
Right.
because you was up under me and you technically, I was your mentor, I'm going to follow you and
That's right.
you know what I mean? because we technically in the same field and on the same frequency. If you here with me, it's a reason why you here. That
True.
means
Right.
your level of mind state is where I'm at, even though you may not have had the time yet. You see what I'm
I
saying?
can understand exactly what you're saying, but then you need to go a little further than that too. People who's not on that level or working at NBC can get more followers than that. So they need to
Yeah.
scratch all of that right there. That is absolutely bigotry. And that's what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change that wholeheartedly. All them old white people in there, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. Anyways, all of those people in there that's controlling the fucking situation, fuck that. This shit needs to change.
But listen, it's been that way for the longest. I feel like what broke that mold is when people started getting big off like YouTube and stuff like that, like Soldier Boy. You see what I'm saying? Because before then, to break through and like your dream was to be like the Fat Boys, right? You wanted to be in the music industry, but for the longest time, to get in that music industry, they weren't looking at you if you didn't
Dog, I
do
was
certain
too
numbers.
deep in the streets. We was too deep in the streets, and you
Facts.
know
So
they ain't trying to mess
we
with
was
that.
living the shit that they was rapping. You
Yeah,
feel me? We was living that shit. But because we was living that shit, they wasn't looking at us the same way. But now with social media and all these platforms, they cut the middleman the fuck out.
that's right. You're right.
Because now I don't need fucking XYZ fucking big records, whatever the fuck, and all they shit. I can go and do this shit on my own with my iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
And go from there. And now
absolutely.
they really looking at me. But that's crazy though, because like you said, Carlos, like that's real. And I love the quote he hit him with. I wasn't big enough.
I thank you
But
guys
we
for
in
giving. I thank you
the
guys for giving
place.
those individual examples of what we were talking about. At this time, I want to take a quick second, right quick. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Now, let me tell you something about government conspiracies. You ever notice how everything they do smells worse than pig feet in the kitchen? I can't even watch the TV without smelling the stench. Show you right. Take the word bad boys, for instance. Oh, they say it come with feces, and I believe that's the truth. Seeing that damn Pete Diddler, shit, I swear, it looked like he's got chunky Peter Pan on his hands, like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, sitting there in somebody's private party, just waiting for happy hour. Why else does it rain after I mount a new horse? It's a plot, I tell you. They want you to take the bait so they can hide their shenanigans in it. And don't get started by the bright lights. You'll be bent over faster than a crackhead in a lint factory. It's a test. They're measuring your patience to see how far they can push you before you give it up. They're in cahoots with them politicians too. That's why your taxes go high every time you vote them in. It's a conspiracy to keep your cheeks tooted. Well, ain't that something? Show you right. My name's Russell, and I don't keep a blind eye to what's going on. I go around the house 2 times before I go in. Show you right. All
You
right,
remember?
fellas. All right, fellas. What I want to do now is talk about I want to go. I still want to talk about the misuse of these words before I go on to bigotry, because I got a couple things we're gonna get into about bigotry. I want to explore the potential harms of misusing either dignity or respect, and I would like for each one of you to take one. So I said the potential harms of misusing dignity or respect. So I need one of you to take dignity and one of you to take respect for me, if you don't mind. It doesn't matter who goes first. Whoever wants to start, we can start.
So, I mean, I guess I already said what I had to say about the misuse of respect. So I take dignity. Um, the misuse of dignity, but they intersect. So it's so close. Like they almost one and the same. But um, hmm, it's almost the same thing. Like people turning their nose up. You know what I'm saying? They too dignified. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel. You know what I'm saying? They're self-proclaimed. so dignified that they won't even go in certain places. Like I know people, you know what I'm saying, that won't set foot in some of the places that I set foot in and feel very comfortable in. However, I consider myself a person that there's nowhere on God's green earth I can't go. And I stamp that because I fit in. If we're going off percentages, I fit in 95 to 99% of every crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chameleon, and I stamp that. You know what I'm saying?
You are.
I can be with
You
the
are.
I can be with the lowest of the low, and I can definitely hold my own with those who are quote unquote the highest of the high, because we all got the same thing underneath this skin tone, that you know, that fluid that we all pump through our hearts. We all got the same shit. The same shit. So, and I was taught that coming from where I'm from too. You know what I'm saying? Never look down on nobody because there's always somebody doing worse, and you know, never step on people, or look up to people too goddamn much. You know what I'm saying? Because that also feeds these self-proclaimed dignified or self-respected people so much that they look down upon people. I feel like everybody equal. You know what I'm saying? God sit high and look low. So your situation could be here 1 minute and upside down the next. You could be in that person's spot. So I always keep that in the back of my head, which is, I guess, that's what keeps me going through life. I didn't realize I had a certain level of respect with certain people because I was just living my life the way I do and being the person that I am. And then come to find out, I had some of my little homies tell me things like, you know, on the side, like as they've grown up, that they done this or this or this because they was looking at how I move years ago, and it kind of threw me for a loop. So that's what's up. That's what I mean by, you know, I want other people to tell me that I'm this or I'm that. I ain't out here practicing like people that say they real. If you real, you ain't gotta tell nobody that. Shit, you ain't gotta
That's
say
right.
shit.
That's
They gonna
right.
know you real.
I know some were real tatted on their damn chest. Anyways, Carlos, before you get started, I would like to say something. I've known this brother over here, Tapman T, for a long time. When he said he shapeshift, this is a black brother that I could call Julio, and I put him in the club and called him Strawberry Lemonade Tea. he that much like seriously. He speaks Spanish
This guy.
fluently. He do all of that right there. And at one point in time, he used to try to act like he was Latino. Now
That's
Carlos.
not all the way true, but it has some truth to it. I will say this. I tell people often two things. When I was in collections, my favorite thing to tell people, especially these uh these self-proclaimed dignified people that look down on people, I tell them that I am controversial. And then I give them my definition of the reason why. But what I tell people more these days is I just look like this because still waters run deep. Don't judge me because of how I look, how I dress, or what you think you know about me.
That's right.
Sit down and have a conversation with me, and then let's hear what you think about me.
All right, Raspberry.
This
Carlos,
guy,
let me get the example of respect going wrong.
Respect going wrong.
Yeah, like I asked, the question was, to be exact, I believe the question was the potential harms of misusing dignity or respect, and you have respect.
Take I'm assuming we all know a little bit about um for those who out there drug dealing. You remember how people wanted the respect for people to fear them?
Yep.
That's respect going wrong.
right? I agree
Because
that.
what happens is
I
when you
agree, but
I understand
in their lifestyle, it keeps them alive.
I understand it. Do it keep
Not
you alive?
necessarily.
Do
True,
it keep you
depends on the
alive or
killers they meet.
do it keep you alive or do it put a target on your back?
That
Huh.
is both. But if you, but I mean, if
Because
you're willing to sacrifice and put that in, then they're gonna
no,
respect it.
the only reason why there is a level of respect that comes with it, but I know people who have never did nothing and people respect them for how they moved,
True.
the dignity that they had, the character that they possessed.
Absolutely.
Acts.
And what
I believe
happened?
that.
They showed more love, and people flocked to them for that, opposed to fear. Fear is control. That's America.
True.
America is
That's
pushed off
absolutely true.
fear, not respect. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So guess what they done did now? They done created a bunch of enemies who are technically targeting what we targeting this nation as a whole, opposed to it being a fruitful country willing to share with people. You see what I'm saying? So now you
Yes.
got a bunch of countries that hate us to death just because of us going into other countries, literally look taking over.
But that's territory. That's what they do. They do war. You know, America was actually 5 miles by 5 miles.
Yes.
That's it. That's all they had was 5 miles by 5 miles, and they took the rest of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
And now look at
yeah, knowing that this is how we make our money. This is how America breeds their money, and by breeding hate, feuding war,
and fear.
and making people fear so that we pay for the war.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do.
And
But
then you create
then,
like they claim, and this is their claim, Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah, that was
Because
mhm.
garbage.
like I said, their claim, because I do not believe 9/11 happened by them. That's my theory.
Rob Reiner made a video of that.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It was America also placing another fear tactic.
Mhm.
But once again, this is my thought. But they play off of a level of respect, but it's really just fear.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. Go ahead, Tat.
So again, thankful for where I was brought up and how I was taught and raised. Another thing that always was drilled into me was the saying that you get more flies with sugar than you do with shit. And I've lived my life like that. Like, and it remains true. So that fear shit, it works to a certain extent. But like Carlos said, like, shit, is that respect or is that putting a target on your back? Nine shit. I'll go so far as to be modest and say 7 to 8 times out of 10 you're getting that target because
Mhm.
somebody gonna be pissed off enough to come take that shit because everybody ain't scared of your ass.
That's right.
Shit,
Absolutely.
everybody ain't scared of your ass, and somebody gonna make you gonna have to show me. God damn it, show me.
And that's why you got all these high news reels of these people shooting people in back alleys.
And then you got a saying that says, "Revenge is a dish best
Best
served
served
cold."
cold. Hmm.
Yep.
Guess what? Some people will wait on your ass
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
let it die down, and
Damn
then
right.
show back. Look,
You're absolutely
everybody,
You
right.
remember that shit you talking? Yeah,
everybody's not
you remember
emotional.
that shit you talking about? Yeah.
Everybody's not emotional to the point I got to do something right now. Once something happened, I let 20 years go by. You done got comfortable, and next thing you know, spaghetti sauce everywhere.
Everywhere, everywhere. You hear me?
I get it.
Everywhere.
I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand. I understand. Life carries casual, not casualties. It carries consequences
There
for
you go.
every action that you have. Even if it was when you were young. I heard of the stories when the young boy was beaten by a grown man that used to beat his mom, and then he came back later once he got older, and he showed that old nigga what time it was. so, so
Something kind of roughed up last week. Tupac.
yeah, yeah. So those things do happen. I would like to get into and say that bigotry. I want you guys to examine bigotry with me. And we're going to examine bigotry inside the country of the United States of America on the average person on how they carry themselves in America. And you guys see things on social media all the time. You guys hear people answering people on social media all the time. and you guys see the attitudes and the responses from people online. Um, what do you guys weigh it as? What do you guys think? I think it's a over um overseen, like, some people, they think they're so beautiful, they're the most beautifulest person on the planet, but they're average, they're regular people, they're just regular people. You know what I mean? And with a little makeup and a little bit of clown foolery, they turn themselves into the biggest star that there are. But when you take the makeup off, you see all kind of blemishes, spots, and you see all kind of crazy stuff. So
They can tell
these
you.
are these are the things I'm talking about when we look at the internet and we look at society. And I wanna get you guys to weigh on that. I want to know you guys' thoughts about that. I know you spoke, Carlos, about women and putting makeup on. That's true, but I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about their actions and how they act towards other people, and how the phrase "I'm a boss" or "I'm a queen" or these things right here separate each other from other people. Now they're good words. Don't get me wrong. Tat, let me get that.
So those words, starting from the end and moving backwards, right? From what you all that you just said, those words carry two different types of definitions.
Yeah.
Um, some people, like, do put on filters, and they figure till they make it, they think they're a boss when they're not, things like that. But those are also positive affirmations for people. Some people need them positive affirmations for themselves to even get to the point of self-respect, which is what we started at, to even get to the point of leading a life of respect, and earning that dignity, if I may say it that way. So, um I
Is there
mean,
anything that is there anything a person can do to permanently damage their dignity so that they can't look at themselves in the mirror? I think there is.
yeah, go fucking touch a child, and if you
Yeah, I
survive
think,
your
like I
goddamn
said,
life
yeah, but
without
they're
me
gonna
busting
be
your ass,
dignified. They're gonna hold themselves like they're dignified. That's my point.
until a motherfucker come and see their ass.
Yeah, but that still doesn't change the fact that they're in false realities do exist. False realities
That
do
goes back to
exist.
that goes
But
back to mental issues. You know what I'm saying? That things that are just not being diagnosed.
I don't think so. I think it's an opinion. I think everybody's opinion, and everybody has assholes, so opinions don't fucking matter. I think it's how you feel
Yeah,
about yourself that really matters. So I know he's a pedophile. You know how I feel about that. Everybody on this
right,
show knows how I feel about that shit. Um,
right. That's why
uh,
I said that. You said, "Is there anything that could permanently fuck a person up?" Yeah, but
I
but but, but
that's
they
that's
have
that's
to they
that's
have
crazy.
to come. Like, okay, so listen, this is why I said that, because with with that, okay, let's take a fictional person, right? So this
Mhm.
human being, right? He go and do this shit, and at the time he's not, he's whatever, however the fuck he's thinking about it. I can't even put it in words. But somebody like you and me go check him, and make him see our point of view, type of
Yeah, but
shit,
see, once again, we're forcing
right?
our opinion.
And
We're forcing our
now,
opinion. You wanna know why I say that? You wanna know why I say that? I get it. That's our opinion, though. I understand you don't wanna you wanna defute it, but that still is our opinion. You know why I say that? Because they have laws in this country. These laws do exist, and for some strange damn reason, the drug dealer who's trying to make a buck and probably feed himself, or get
on
himself
his
together,
kid,
or get that right, they give him 30, 40 years. But see, Dr. So and so, who had children come inside his hospital and he touched on their booties and stuff like that, he might get 3 to 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So it's a pat on the fucking back. So literally, we have an opinion. I think they
but
should be
then,
thrown under the jail, but society says they don't.
hey, listen, I wholeheartedly agree with you, and it's fucked up. However, a person, Doctor So and So, who does that shit,
Oh shit.
no longer, no longer is a doctor now. and now he no longer lives the lifestyle he once got accustomed to, and he has to see himself every day is this way. Now that doesn't mean that he's going to not be there, because not all the motherfuckers gonna change. Some of the motherfuckers don't give a fuck about any of that shit, but a lot of them do. And now they looking at themselves, and now this has become their hell, because everywhere the fuck you go, you gotta worry about if another motherfucker finna go bust your motherfucking ass, because they know what you did last
I don't
summer.
think they're worried
And
about that no more. I think the laws I think the laws in assault and all that right there kind of hold them at bay. You know, I was in prison. Y'all know I was in fucking prison. Anyways, they got a whole separate prison for pedophiles in Connecticut. They got a
because them
whole
niggas
separate
get
prison.
their ass bust.
Yeah, but hold up,
Chomo.
hold up. If they're willing to separate them and save them, then what the fuck?
Yeah, I see you. I see where you're going with that. I feel your point. It's still fucked up, but
It's just
let's change. Let's
it's
get back to this
just
other
the
shit.
types. Now, Carlos, I didn't get your input. I need some input from you, brother. You usually give me good insight, input. I mean, positive. My brain might skirt a little bit, but my
A
brother
little
always
biased.
keep me on the straight. You know what I'm saying? So
Biased.
can I get your input on this?
Definition of bigotry.
Yeah, the
No,
definition
I
of
got.
bigotry. Oh, you
I
want me?
got it.
Okay,
I got
all
it.
right. You gonna
I
pull it
got
right
it.
quick?
It's a noun. Bigotry. Obstinate or unreasonable attachment to a belief, opinion, or faction in a particular prejudice against a person or people on the basis of their membership to a particular group. Example: the difficulties of combating prejudice and bigotry.
now your original question was what again?
My original question was, I wanted to know what role in society does the bigotry, I think it was bigotry
No,
play in
not
our
that
personal lives and communities. Huh?
original question, but the question that you asked about bigotry for us to answer now.
Yeah, I wanted to know your insights on bigotry and how it could be used and how it is used today by us. So I gave the example of social media. I gave the example of not only social media but the responses and retorts from that and how people carry themselves on a level as far as bigotry. Yeah.
So we all have prejudices.
Okay.
Uh, me personally, I have a few when it comes to white people because of life.
Mm-hmm.
Not all. I'm still growing in a lot of instances, in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still look at them funny? Damn right. Because I've learned that I don't have the time to separate good from bad.
That's a hard pill to change to
So
pick from.
Mm.
what I do, I back them all, and kind of like they used to say about us, they throw all black people in one bunch and categorize us, which they still do. I mean, just being honest,
Absolutely, especially when you got
society has
prison on
taken,
the record.
we could be where we are intelligent beings. Us three on here.
Yeah.
Me, you have been in prison. I don't know if Tat is, he probably went
He
to
been in
jail
jail.
or,
He been in jail. He scratched the surface
yeah,
just a little bit.
jail,
He
but
scratched the surface.
never prison. But we are intelligent beings, but even our counterparts, some other black men who may have not ever been in jail or prison or somewhere, but have been in the streets, very intelligent people. They will bag crime just based upon that and throw even your lawyers and doctors and everybody all in the bunch because of the way we dress sometimes. That's a prejudice. That's a bigot's mindset. And for me, at times I even have the same idea with them. I don't know who might go into a school or take off and shoot up a whole
Church
McDonald's
That's
or
or a
right.
church.
That's right.
So
mall,
You can't
I
tell
don't know
anymore. You can't tell anymore.
movie
because
theater.
they all look the same to me. I mean, look, when it comes down to this, do I hate that I think this way? In some form, yes, but I'm cool with it because guess what? I don't have time to pick out of all of this to figure out who's good or bad.
I get that, but I'm going to also add, and I'm going to say, listen, it's that right there is not just Caucasian people. It's
No,
actually DC Sniper proved to you that it doesn't matter whether it's Caucasian or black. They still can be a little warranted and want to kill people.
that's like 1 out of 1 million.
I get it. I get what you're saying. What they're
I'm
gonna
just
say is
yeah.
it's prevalent, and then they got a video to show you
And
who
I'm
it
just gonna
is.
be like, yo, that's like 1 out of 1 million.
But I want you guys to notice something, and I'm gonna move to the side just a little bit. You guys know the Gag-Order picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
usually comes with a question: is what's the difference between these two places? If you see one side is prison, the other side is a street. It's a road. Right? It's an empty street, an empty road. What's the difference between these two places? That's usually the question. And I had a
rose can come.
conversation. Huh? What you say?
A rose can come from both of them.
There is a road that comes from both of them. There's no, I believe
No,
there's no difference between the
I
places.
said a rose.
Oh,
A
rose. Yeah,
rose
absolutely. A
can come from
rose.
both of them.
Yes. Yes, but I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were actually online talking about suicide, talking about how they wanted to end it. So I wrote them, and I was writing them, and I told them, they've been in prison before. I know this person. I've been to prison with them before, and I didn't know he had a short stretch, but he told me out of his own mouth. He's like, "Look, I didn't do as much time as you, so time can't be the culprit of me feeling like this." But I said, actuality, it sounds like you've been in prison this whole time. You've been in the street,
Right.
yeah, but you've been in prison this
Mental
whole
prison.
time. So therefore, there is
Yeah.
no difference. It's all in the mind state. It's all where you at. I know people in prison who are not in prison. They're actually in the street.
Stay free.
They
Absolutely.
free.
Don't stress one day. Don't worry about shit that's going on in there. They out there in the world. They don't worry
You
about
become
prison.
free. Your
So
body, yes, is locked, but your mind
absolutely,
becomes a total. You learn a different type of freedom there. I hate to
yes.
say it. People out here, they even when we come home, there's no blocks there. For some, yes, but for most, such as yourself, there's no block to where you can't become or can't get to because you understand something. If
Mm-hmm.
I was able to deal with this, then this
It's
is
nothing.
easy.
Nothing. I just
This is
got done telling
nothing.
somebody that today. After all the punishment and the pain I felt in there, I
This
said,
is nothing.
these people with, like, seriously, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all.
We become psychologists because we are
Yep.
confined to a small spot having to deal with many mindsets.
Yes.
You become a
Yes.
genius in debate because and technically in there you debate with people about sports, about news, about
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Everything.
You
Everything.
become
The most
genius.
basic shit.
Remember, iron sharpens iron, and in there you was around a bunch of iron because
Yep.
people started reading books. Minds started getting
Yep.
started. Your
That's right.
mind started working.
That's
Out
right.
here, their bodies are working, their minds are not working. So what happens? It's the opposite. For us, yes, the body was trapped, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. No sex because women ain't you
I
can't do
ain't worried
certain.
about that shit no more, man.
Look,
For real, for real. It ain't
uh,
the top of my list no more. Fuck that.
look, sex sex, drugs, certain stuff, even though they have it, you are removed from it. So
Yep.
what happens, you started building with people different and you learn value in who you are and who the
Right.
people are around you.
Yep.
And you
That's right.
gain that sense of responsibility to not just yourself, because that's first, but then to everybody else. And I heard Tat said something earlier. He was talking about he let people speak about it, give him the dignity. I learned to look at it from both sides.
Yeah.
I give myself, but
Yeah.
then
I
I'm not
give
the only
myself.
person that
Yeah.
judge myself. Everybody else
That's
judge
right.
me too.
That's right.
I
I
can't
think I
That.
just
think
go.
once I figured out the dignity I wanted, the way I wanted to go with dignity, I think then people got an idea, and then they got their
They,
respects into it. Yeah.
yes,
Right.
and when you look at it, because some people go by what everybody else say about them,
Mhm.
just
Right.
plainly.
Yeah, I
They
feel
never
you.
look at what they supposed to say about themselves.
That's right.
It's always about self first.
I'm
Then yes, I do adhere and I listen to what other people say about me
That's right.
that correlates with who I am.
If it resonates, then I'll fit it
But
there. If it doesn't,
even
then
even if they say something, I still do one thing. I reflect to see if I see what they see. Because
yep,
I
that's
can
right.
always take and build myself and fix something that I
I can
see.
see it. That's right. I
Once
said
it's known, because you can't remember this. We have two eyes. I can't see myself.
that's
He
right.
can. He can see me. He can see whether I got something around my mouth.
Yep,
He can see you can't see my thoughts.
yep.
I can see my thoughts, but I can't see me.
Mhm.
I don't look in the mirror 24/7. But what
Shit,
happens
I look at
is,
it.
is if he said, "Yo, look, yo, you got tighten, you got something around your chin or around your mouth, tighten up." I do
Right,
that
right,
because
right.
I'm able to reflect from what he see. So that means he see more about me outside, more about me outside my movements, how I do certain stuff.
That's right.
He don't know my thoughts and why I'm doing certain stuff. If it correlates with me and if it can correct me, I'm going to listen to it because I always listen to what people say. I want to be the best version of me, and that comes from me knowing me, but people knowing me and helping me become me. There's a
And
and I'm gonna leave
finding
with
that
this note.
balance.
Yep, and there's I'm gonna leave with this note. There's a shirt that says "Drink water, mind your business." My man make,
Yep.
and I don't agree with it. The reason why I don't, if I mind my business and I never help you to be the best version of you, I never did my part as a man. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. I supposed to be there for my brother and make sure I say, yo, hey, you got to
Mm.
tighten
Mm.
here. So and
Carlos,
then you
I'm gonna leave it on this right here. I respect that answer you just gave, and especially the ending. I'm a living testament of it. As everybody has heard before, I was on a different page before. Um, but it's through people that I seen errors in myself. Because I was in prison, and these dudes in prison would say, "Listen, I mean, this is the reason why that you do this right here," and I don't do that shit. And then one day, I was sitting there, and it happened, and I seen it. And as soon as I seen it, I said, "Oh shit, that's what they were talking about," and I changed the shit. So, is if you could see it, you could change it. And
hmm
I
See,
got
here's
so
the
deep.
thing.
Yeah, what up? What up?
Based on like listening to both of y'all, I just want to say this: the word mirror has been taken the wrong way because we have this reflective metal or glass or whatever have you that we call a mirror, but the true mirror is like what y'all are saying, each other. I can't see myself, but I can see you. I can say, hey bro, tighten that up right there. That's my mirror right there.
That's right.
And what Carlos said, you know what I'm saying, if I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, if I only worked on me and never helped you, I ain't looking in the mirror right. You feel me? Like you
Absolutely.
can't look in the mirror either because I ain't looking at you right. We could
Absolutely.
go on for this today. I'm
I want to
sorry, like
thank
I
you
got
fellas for
more to
showing up
say.
tonight. I enjoy our conversations. I enjoy our show. This the gag order, man. We in here. You know what I'm
Y'all already know,
saying? Hey
baby.
yo.
Gag-Order, baby. We in here, huh?
Yes, yes.